Welcome back, Kingdom Builders, Road Trippers, Akeem and Akatim, right? My brothers and my sisters. And shout out to my Mishpachah, man, my fam. You know exactly who you are. Those in this community who put your heart, your soul, your spirit, your ruach, right? Your energy into this love in this kingdom building. You know who you are. You know, those who have talked to me directly, you're part of my family, right? My inner circle, my mishpachah, right? It's family in Paleo Hebrew, right? I love you, right? All praises to the Most High. The Wada Khan, man. Thank you and appreciation to you, right? I appreciate everything y'all have done for me inside of my own spirit, inside of my ruach. It's moved daily. Not only when I see the works that you do, all of you, but I see the love that you share and the love that you hold inside your hearts, right? We're a family. Sometimes there's understandings that have to be made, and sometimes there's corrections and chastisement that have to be overgone. But in the end of it, aren't we all getting stronger? Aren't we all growing in one ruach? Aren't we all members in one body of Mashiach, man? What's up with it, Kingdom Builders, Road Trippers? Welcome back to the road trip. All praises to the Most High. That's right. Shalom, shalom. Peace and blessings to you, your homes, your dwelling places, where you stay at, your loved ones, your friends, your children, of course, and those pets, those little fur babies. All praise to the Most High. Huh? That's right. Dipping in on that one. All praises to the Most High. You want to light an incense? Let's do it, man. All praises to the Most High. Abana Yahweh, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, man. That's right. Glory to Yahweh Shai. Who's that? The king? Only just our big brother, the high priest, right? The order of Melchizedek, the first fruit, right? The best example. Hallelujah. Isn't that right? That's right. Glory to Yahweh Shai. Honors to the Ruach, the dove, right? That's wisdom. The indweller. That's right. And through which we get this courage and strength and this aggression and also this peace and loving kindness and tenderness, right? Love, community building activities. That's what's happening right now. You understand? Cool. All right. So, all pleasantries out the way, right? What are we doing? Well, we're back here in the works of Flavius Josephus, the Antiquities of the Yahudim. We're not calling it the Jewish Antiquities anymore, all right? Chapter 11 of the Purifications, right? So we're going to go ahead and read that. Looking at the sections, we got we got six sections and one note, all right? And this is going to be a standalone, right? So I really wish that I could read more scriptures for you tonight, but it's just going to be chapter 11. All right, hope we can do that. So anyway, if you have these scrolls available to you, whether you have a hard copy or you're going to be following along on that blue screen, please follow along with me. Read with your eye, right? I'm going to try to read to the best of my ability. I'm going to try my best with accuracy. If I make a slip up, I'll try to correct it. All right? If not, put it in the chat. Right? We're a community. Chastisement and correction is never a problem. That shows righteous love, right? That's correct. That's correct. So, no further ado, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, fellas in the back. Hey, sit down, man. We're about to start reading. All right, let's get started. All right, chapter 11 of the Purifications. Let us begin. Let's go. Section 1, and it reads, Moshe separated the tribe of Levi from communicating with the rest of the people and set them apart to be a Kodesh tribe and purified them by water taken from perpetual springs and with such sacrifices as were usually offered to the Most High Yahweh on the like occasions. He delivered to them also the tabernacle and the sacred vessels and the other curtains, which were made for covering the tabernacle, that they might minister under the conduct of the priest, who had been already consecrated to the Most High Yahweh. That's the end of section 1. Hallelujah, man. Let's go. Got some more to read. Section 2 reads, he also determined concerning animals, which of them might be used for food, and which they were obliged to abstain from, which matters when this work shall give me occasion. So we're about to talk about the dietary laws. Shall be further explained, and the causes shall be added by which he was moved to allot some of them to be our food, and directed us to abstain from others. However, he entirely forbade us the use of blood for food, and esteemed it to contain the soul and spirit. Right? The life is in the blood. He also forbade us to eat the flesh of an animal that died of itself. Right? No roadkill or no disease. Right? As also the caul and the fat of goats and sheep and bulls. That's the end of section 2. Cool. Section 3 reads, he also ordered that those whose bodies were afflicted with leprosy and that he had gonorrhea should not come into the city. He also separated the women when they had their natural bleeding until the 7th day, the Shabbat, after which he looked on them as pure and permitted them to come in again. And laws permit those also who have taken care of funerals to come in after the same manner, when this number of days is over. But if any continued longer than that number of days in a state of uncleanness, the law appointed the offering 2 lambs for a sacrifice, and one of which they are to burn by fire, and for the other the priests take it for themselves. In the same manner do those sacrifice who have had the gonorrhea, right? So he's talking about, uncleanliness of the body, right? So probably some unrighteous laying around going on. Okay, so let's continue. But he that ejaculates in his sleep, if he is immersed in cold water, has the same privilege with those that have lawfully had sexual relations with their wives. And for the lepers, he allows them to not come into the city at all, nor to live with any others, as if they were in effect dead persons. But if anyone had obtained by prayer to the Most High Yahweh the recovery from that sickness, and had gained a healthful skin again, such a one returned thanks to the Most High Yahweh with several sorts of sacrifices, concerning which we will speak hereafter. That's the end of section 3. Are you with me? Cool. Section 3. That's right. Section 4. One cannot but smile at those who say that Moshe was himself afflicted with the leprosy when he fled out of Mizraim, and that he became the leader of those who on that account left that country and led them into the land of Canaan. For had this been true, Moshe would not have made these laws to his own dishonor, which indeed it was more likely he would have opposed if others had tried to introduce them. And this the rather because there are lepers in many nations, who yet are in honor, and not only free from reproach and avoidance, but who have been great captains of armies, and been entrusted with high offices in the commonwealth, and have had the privilege of entering into Kodesh places and temples, so that nothing hindered, but if either Moshe himself or the multitude that was with him had been stricken with such a misfortune in the color of his skin, he might have made laws about them for their credit and advantage, and have laid no manner of difficulty upon them. Accordingly, it is a plain case that it is out of violent prejudice only that they report these things about us. But Moshe was pure from any such sickness, and lived with countrymen who were pure of it also, and from there made the laws which concerned others that had the sickness. He did this for the honor of the Most High Yahweh. But as to these matters, let everyone everyone, with no exception, everyone consider them after what manner he pleases. And there you go. That's the end of section 4. Let's continue, though. Yeah. Section 5. As to the women, when they had borne a child, Moshe forbade them to come into the temple or touch the sacrifices before 40 days were over, supposing it to be a boy. But if she has borne a girl, the law is that she cannot be admitted before twice that number of days be over. It's longer for a girl. So if it's 33 for a boy, it's 66 for a girl. And when after the before mentioned time appointed for them, they perform their sacrifices. The priests distribute them before the Most High, Yahweh. That's section 5. Yeah. All right, let's pick it up, man. Section 6, man. I think we're going to finish this up to go to the notes. What does it read? Section 6 reads, but if anyone suspected that his wife had been guilty of adultery, he was to bring a 10th deal of barley flour. They then cast one handful to the Most High Yahweh and gave the rest of it to the priest for food. One of the priests set the woman at the gates that are turned toward the temple and took the veil from her head and wrote the name of the Most High on parchment and directed her to swear that she had not been unfaithful to her husband, and to which that if she had violated her chastity, her right thigh might be put out of joint, that her belly might swell, and that she might die thus. But that if her husband, by the intensity of his affection and of the jealousy which arose from it, had been rashly moved to this suspicion, that she might bear a male child in the 10th month. Now, when those and these oaths were over, the priest wiped the name of the Most High out of the parchment and wrung the water into a vial. Okay, interjection. So, if everyone's following the law by the tittle, if your wife is cheating, I haven't seen anyone go by the courthouse and watch their wife get slain by the Most High on the steps of the courthouse. When has that happened? All right, let's continue reading. He also took some dust out of the temple, if any happened to be there, and put a little of it into the vial and gave it to her to drink. Whereupon the woman, if she were unjustly accused, conceived with child and brought it to the term in her womb. But if she had broken her faith of wedlock to her husband and had sworn falsely before the Most High Yahweh, she died in a reproachful manner. So who's watching their wife die on the temple steps? We don't got a temple. You doing that at the courthouse? You doing that down near the sheriff's department? I don't think so. What does it say? Her thigh fell off from her, and her belly swelled with a dropsy. And these are the ceremonies about sacrifices and about the related purifications which Moshe provided for his countrymen, and also prescribed the following laws to them. Salake, Yah, Salake, Ak. All right. So let's continue, man. There's only a little bit left to go here. We're going to read these points. There's only one note point. So we're going to go ahead and read that. That was the end of section 6 on book number 3, chapter 11, Antiquities of the Yahudim of the works of Flavius Josephus. Hallelujah, Selah. Let's get this last one to the door. I love you all. You better remember that, man. You know I love you. You know I love you, Yasharal. You only have I known. You only have I known. Chapter 11 notes. Point number 1. There's only one. There's only one. We may here note that Josephus frequently calls the camp the city, and the court of the Mosaic tabernacle a temple, and the tabernacle itself a Kodesh house, with allusion to the latter city temple and Kodesh house, which he knew so well long afterwards. That's the end of that. All right, cool. Yeah. That's it, Kingdom Builders, Road Trippers. Stay zealous for the nation out there. Stay energized. Stay pumped up. Stay amped up. Stay ready to do the work of the Most High. Yahweh willing. On the next one, that's the end of chapter 11 and the notes. Kingdom Builders, Road Trippers, Akim and Akatim, brothers and sisters. We're going to reconvene on the next one, chapter 12, mentioning the several laws, right? So we're going to read that. And let's see, scanning ahead real quick. There's a couple notes for that. 2 note points. So we'll go ahead and read through that one on the next one, all right? Thank you for being with me, Kingdom Builders, on this road trip, this little journey right here. Let me open the door for some passengers right there. There you go. All right. I love you all. And, you know, the road trip, we always say, man, please be safe as you travel to and fro up and down the road, especially if you're carrying those little kitties around. Stay focused. You just got to stay focused nowadays, man. We don't have enough time for you to fence it, and we don't have enough time to be lukewarm. You need to get on fire for the Most High. All praises, all praises. And so, shalom, shalom, peace and blessings to your homes, your dwelling places, all that stuff that you need so much in your life, Mishpachah. I want and I love that all for you too. Shout out to all my brothers. Shout out to all my sisters, Akeem and Akatim. You know who you are. You really know who you are too. Trust me, you do. So yeah, you know, I'm praying for you. You know, thinking about you, praying about you, right? So look, until we read again, until we speak again, please stay safe, all right? And I'll see you all very soon, very, very soon, Yahweh willing, on the next one, man. All praises to the Most High. Yeah.